following is not trading advice. Everything I say is my opinion. I am not responsible for any losses you may take, only the profits.
What is up, Octo Nation? I'm Charlie, your host for today. Today we're looking at how to handle the red days in the stock market. It's something we all have to deal with. Some of us take them really good because we set ourselves up right. Some of us never take them good because we never set ourselves up correctly. Okay? Here's a good quote. There's a guy that talks about SPACs here. He's decent, well known. He's a good guy. He goes by Mattofla. Okay? Matt of Florida, I'm guessing, huh? He said, if all my SPAC entries weren't under $11, I'd be worried about the general trend so far this week, which has been red. If you want to call his personal cell phone, it is 808. I'm just joking. I'm not going to give you his cell phone number. There's another guy I want to bring up. He goes by LastAvailableHandle. He's well known in the SPAC community, probably one of the most well-known mod guy. All right. He said, if you stick to SPACs that are under $11, your money will be safe in a pullback. So as long as you don't panic sell. What is he saying? If you get in early and you just hold and wait and be patient, which is very hard to do. I'm never 100% patient, trust me. But if you can, you're probably always going to be fine. Okay? Because remember, SPACs got floors. All right? They usually got floors around 1050. So even if you buy somewhere around 1050, worst case scenario, you're going to lose maybe 5-10%, maybe. You're safe. All right? Best way to handle the red days is to buy things right. It doesn't matter if it's stocks or land or gold, silver, platinum, oil, or real estate. The money is made on the buy side. Okay? It's not made on the sell side. It's on the buy side. It's all about timing. If you get in early SPACs or precious metal miners, for example, whatever may be whenever you get in before all the cool kids, all right, that is the key. It's not caring as your red days might only be 5% red instead of 75% red, okay? And why is that? Because you bought it right. Heck, you might have a whole red week and you could still be up 45%. Man, wouldn't that be nice? It's possible. I have some plays like that, all right? So what we're getting at is, as long as you buy when it's not cool and it's still cheap, if it goes up to 15 or 18 and you're still riding that, and right about 15 is when everyone really, the hype train goes in and the FOMO starts. What happens when it hits about 18, maybe close to 20? People take some massive profits. Who's taking the profits? The dudes who bought at about 10.50. Why? They almost doubled their money. At least 50%, on their money. Then what happens? The people that bought it around the 15 or the 18 are now watching it go down and they're seeing the red and they're freaking out and they start panic selling, okay? Those are the people that lose money every time. They don't buy soon enough. You've got to get in low, otherwise it doesn't make enough financial risk sense to do, okay? But if you're buying at the wrong time and always find yourself chasing stocks, you can get some wins, but you will never be the puppeteer. You will always be the puppet. Okay? You want to be the guy on top who buys up front. He waits for the puppets to show up, jump on board, and once it gets to about 50% profit, 20% even sometimes, he starts moving you around a little bit. What do I mean? He starts taking profit. He starts making you dance. And how's he making you dance? You start selling. And then your friends start selling. And then it's just a chain reaction. But he's still always in the green. Because it's probably going to only go down about 20%. So if it goes up to 50% and then it goes down 20%, you're gonna have some remorse seeing it sell at the top. But are you, or are you just laughing because you're the puppeteer? And you know that it's just the weak hands down here that are just getting played. Okay? You want to be this guy. I think you're all smart enough to know that, which side you want to be on, right? Okay, so I bought one wrong. You FOMO'd in, you bought wrong, okay? Now what do? What are you gonna do? You're having a red day or a red week and you FOMO. This is the question we need to answer, so let's get to it. Did anything change in that company since the last time you did your due diligence? You did do your due diligence, right? If the answer is no, nothing has changed, then you can either hold your position, even though you're red. You can average down. What that means is just buying a little bit lower, buy some more shares at the lower now price. I don't really recommend that in today's market. Or you can sell. What most people do is they sell because now they just bought in, and within that day or that hour or that week, now it's taken because they bought too late. And the puppeteers start taking their profit along the way. I'd either hold that or completely get out. It just depends on the market. But right now, I'd probably hold it as long as there has not been any negative information for that company. In this current market we're in, I would most likely hold and then laugh and watch all the shaky hands sell, okay? Because I'm still up here, I'm still green. If it only goes down, went up 50, went down 20, I'm still totally green. And I know it's actually probably gonna go pop again above that. It's gonna take, and you can take your losses. These are the ones who will consistently lose, especially if you are someone who invests in highly volatile markets like SPACs or precious metal miners. If you found something catastrophic about the company you're holding as an investment in, you can either sell, as losing a little blood is a lot better than losing all of your blood, okay? Or you can hold, as the news that came out, in your opinion, is not that big of a deal, and you probably think the market is overreacting, all right? When one little like slip or fall or one little tiny dumb lawsuit happens to, let's say, Chipotle, they get sued all the time. Just like a fiddle, the puppeteers know it. They pull in a short, okay? They know the panicky people are gonna sell. They're like, oh my God, the whole company is gonna blow up. Chipotle's gonna be worth nothing. I have to sell everything I own. They completely sell their profits on the way down. And those are the people, again, that probably just bought. And they end up at loss. And then what happens, a couple weeks, couple months later, stock is right back up, if not all-time highs, all right? Another way to see the red days is an excellent buying opportunity. Now, this is very hard to do if you took all your chips and you already have them in losers, okay? They might have been winners for a day, but now they're all red. And now you're sitting there stuck with these because you bought them too high anyway. That gets really hard to do. So what am I getting on that? You should always have cash on the side. You never know what's going to happen. Have cash on the side. For sure separately, but even in your trading, if you allocate 10 grand, okay, you should probably keep at least 15 to 20% of that and plan to never spend it unless something crazy happens, and then you can use that to jump in. That's your emergency investment fund to swing trade or day trade something real quick, because those things do pop up, all right? I try and only go shopping when I know stuff is on sale. Remember, if you buy right and manage the risk correctly, the profits will take care of themselves. Most people wait for others to create a trend. And then once it's proven by them and the many, many others, that's when they jump in. At just about that time, that's when the puppeteers start to sell. Which side do you want to be on? All right. Let's take a look at a couple examples here. This is actually a gold and silver miner, all right? I bought this when there really wasn't much hype at all. No one was really talking about it. It had some slight volatility, and volume going on, but it was kind of just hanging out. I kept doing due diligence on this company for a couple weeks. And when you get to the point where you start thinking, there's no way this thing is not going to pop. This thing is completely overvalued. They're sitting on massive assets. They're a near-term producer, something. It's probably time to put an order in, okay? It doesn't mean buy that second, but it means at least put an order in maybe a little bit above where the trend is at, okay? This one I ended up buying, almost right away it popped up. And you probably had about a 15% profit I took. Why did I take profit? Because it went up to here, and then once it peaked, I follow my stop sells up, okay? So once it got to about here, I put a stop sell here. Once it got up to there, I put one kind of down here. And what happened? People started taking their profit up here, all right? Because the people that sold here are probably the ones that were here with me, okay? But I got greedy. I should have sold up here. How big of a profit was that? I'm gonna guess 20%. About 17%. People really started dumping it back down. Then it kept riding. Now it's just riding the boat. All right. Let's go to another one here. This is a decent example here. This is a miner. It rode this 5 cents forever. I put it right above it, so it'd grab it on the way up. Boom, it grabbed it on the way up. Same thing, came up here. Now this thing has been red. So this went from 6 cents to 16 cents. What's the math on that? What percent is that up from when I bought there? You're about 63%, okay? Now, ever since then, the people that bought around here are having a red day, a red week, a red long time, and they are pissed, okay? Get in before this happens. If you see this crazy spike in something like this, within what? 1, 2, 3, 6 days, you see something jump that high, don't buy. It's too risky. Manage your risk. The profits will take care of themselves. You'll make the money. Now I'm still sitting here waiting, okay? I actually haven't sold any of this yet, but this is a perfect example of all these people that are now pissed. They FOMO'd in, and they're still sitting red, okay? Don't buy unless you haven't seen something crazy like this yet. And again, you could put your order in above. So it's right in here, and I had an order above it at about 6.50, 6.5 cents, okay? Write it. This thing is not, there we go, okay. This next one is called LE Gold Royalties. This is another gold and silver play. What happened on this one? It's about the same thing. It was riding this pipe channel. I put a buy in. If it broke this trend line, it was gonna then shoot up. Guess what happened? It broke the trend line, grabbed my sell, rode it all the way up. Okay. It rode it. It passed this. It passed $1.40. Went from 77 cents on up to $1.40. You double your money almost. I put in a sell just below it. Okay. It went and tagged it, and now it's just been red. Okay. It has popped again. I still could have got in here, but this one, I think is about overvalued now. Borderline for at least this time being. Now, I keep going example of this, but I think you get it by now, okay? This is one you can still get into. I think, this is the DraftKings guys. This is currently sitting at $11. The second I knew the DraftKings guys had a new one coming out, I'm just jumping in. I just jumped in, all right? I got in at 10:45 here on this dip. I just got in, and then boom, right away, jumped up, went all the way to 1160. These guys down here started taking their profits here from these people. See that? This is when the FOMO kind of happened, jumped up. These guys all started selling, and now look. So you can either follow them or just, something like this. I'm just going to let ride because I got faith in these guys, Am I perfect on these? Absolutely not, okay? Absolutely, totally not. All right, I pop another one. This is another one you can just kind of trust as far as I'm concerned. Let me give you a mistake. Where's a mistake? Here's a mistake. This is the one I was looking for. Okay. What we have here, excuse me, what we have here is FOMO, okay? I was late hearing about this one, and by the time I got in, it was too late. I kind of knew it, but I kind of didn't care, okay? And so what did I do? I shot myself in the foot. You have any plays like this where you totally won, or you totally won, or you totally lost? Let me know in the comments. Let me know any other plays you want me to look at. I'm doing a lot of research on a bunch, but haven't totally put a full video together yet on any new plays. But if any more questions, please put them down in the comments. And thanks again for supporting the channel.